Alright, what's going on, guys? Expert Fusion here, and welcome to another video about Advanced Warfare, because we're only like a few days away when the game actually comes out, and people are getting the game early, so they keep releasing leaks, and they're getting like taken off of YouTube and stuff like that because they're releasing some fake leaks and some real ones. And I'm going to show you all the real ones in this video, but what I'm going to talk about specifically in this video is going to be score streaks. Now, score streaks, I don't know, there's not enough in this game. I feel like every Call of Duty usually has at least a good amount of score streaks, and there's only like, I think like 15 or something like that in this game, and they're not every single one. Definitely there can be more, I'm not positive, but it's just not enough, and they're all really low too. It's like the highest one is like 100 or 1,000 or something like that, whatever. But you can act attachments to your score streaks now, which is very different. So you add on points for adding attachments. So we're going to go through every single one and every single attachment for the ones that they gave us. These are not all confirmed. Some of them are like automatically confirmed, like we already know it's true. Some of them are kind of just out there and they're not really confirmed, but let's go through them. So first things first, UAV. UAV shows enemies on the radar as dots. UAV normally flies around the map. It can be shot down by enemy. We already know what this is, and unless the orbital molecule is installed. So the I can't even say this word, but I'm just going to say the attachments are extra assist points for plus 150 that gives you additional assist points. Scrambler, which acts as a counter UAV and a UAV 1, which I don't like how they're in one. I want them to be separate. It just makes it a little bit better, but whatever. That's adding on 200 to the already 400 that this UAV is. Extra time, which makes the UAV last longer. Speed, which makes it refresh more often. Enemy direction basically turns it into an orbital VSAT in some ways. Threat detection shows enemy through walls after 10 seconds since it's been called in. Orbital makes it so it cannot be shot down, which I think is really awesome. I'm definitely going to put that on because, you know, it's annoying when people shoot down UAVs, so to put orbital on makes it so it lasts longer without people taking it down. And support makes it so you could earn it through your death, so even when you die you can still earn it, which I don't really like that, but whatever. Next one, we don't have any attachments for. It's called the aerial recon drone for 400 score, same as the UAV. We haven't gotten anything about this really. It's just, I believe it's the same thing as the recon drone from Modern Warfare 3, which allows you to drive it around and dot enemies, or, you know, take on enemies and basically put them on the minimap and put them so they're shining through walls pretty much. And next is the orbital care package, which is a care package dropped into the map, and it gives you any score streak, any type of score streak, or it can even give you a map special score streak, which is really cool, that each and every map now has their own special score streak, which is something very different. The attachments for this care package is double tap, which allows you to re-roll your package pretty much. If you don't enjoy it, you can get a different thing. Better odds, which increases the odds of you getting a better score streak. Support, which makes it so you can earn it towards, like, even when you die, for plus 600, which is a lot, but you could basically earn it in that way, so that's pretty cool. Next is the assault drone, which I believe is the Dragonfire. Now, it's just like the Dragonfire from Black Ops 2, where you drive this little dot around, which you can see on screen now. It's this little dot. You drive it around, you just shoot people, but it can easily be taken down. I can tell it probably shoot it once and it'll destroy it. It's not like a good thing because it's only 550 score, and there's no attachments released for that. Next one we got like no information on. It's called the system hack. I believe it's similar to the EMP. I believe it's like the same thing. Like maybe it disables the enemies, what's it called, their exosuits, maybe it disables that. It's the streak cost is 600, so that's all we got about that. Next we have the sentry gun, or the turret gun, they call it all sorts of things, but there's a lot of attachments you could put on this thing, which is pretty awesome. This thing looks like I'm going to be using it a lot because there's so many attachments you could equip this. You could make this thing worth like 2,000 points instead of the normal 600. You could literally make it worth 2,000 points, but it would be the beast machine. So you can make the turrets rockets instead of regular guns for plus 100. You can do directed energy, which makes laser beams coming out of the sentry gun instead of the regular guns. You can make it rippable, so you could take the head off and use it as a gun itself. And you could also make it into a sentry, because the normal version of it you have to control yourself, but adding on sentry will make it so it acts as its own sentry gun and won't, you don't have to use it. You could just do it yourself. The 360 turret head allows the turret can turn a full circle around 360 degrees instead of its normal 180 degrees angles it can turn. Heavy resistance, which allows it to be taken more damage before being destroyed. And then support, we all know what support does. So next is the XS1 Vulcan, which is like thing from the air that bursts down laser beams down to Earth, and you can do Overcharge, which increases the energy beams with Light Show, which makes it so there's 3 rotating lasers around in circles. Really cool. Extra Burst, which adds 1 more burst to it, so it comes down twice instead of once. And let's see, this next one is called Missile Strike. That's all we got from it. We don't know much. Allows you to drop multiple missiles down, just like a Typhoon missile. And basically, you can upgrade it so it turns like a tornado in like a circles, and then it bombs down, which is pretty cool. Next, we have the Bombing Run, which is a airstrike, pretty much just like any other airstrikes, like a stealth bomber I think we've ever had any other Call of Duty for 700. The attachments are additional bomber, which adds an extra bomber to the flight, so it drops more bombs. Flares, so it shoots flares at enemy missiles. It shoots flares to off locked enemy missiles, so like if basically they can't be shot down, which is pretty cool if you add on flares. Care packages, it drops care packages as well as dropping bombs, which is really cool. And stealth makes the bombers undetectable by enemy radar, so they're not on the radar. Next is Warbird, which the Warbird is basically like the stealth chopper. I think it's actually more like a chopper gunner than a stealth chopper, but it's a remotely controlled aerial attack vehicle with 2 miniguns. And you could add on attachments such as rockets, which adds rockets to it, so you could also do that. Aggressor, it makes it so it's AI controlled, so you don't have to use it yourself. It does it itself, so you can still rack up points while it's doing it. And then Wingman, which is really cool. It's plus 300 for allow an teammate to join in with the helicopter, so you both in it and you're both just wrecking down on the team. Next is the XS1 Goliath, which is kind of like the Juggernaut, but it's this huge mech suit. It's just a crazy thing, and you could add attachments. You could add are plus 100 for recon, which shows enemy movements on and fire weapons on your HUD, which is HUD. Heads up display for people who don't know what that means. Trophy allows it so you can't be destroyed by grenades or rockets that are fired at the Goliath. And Hummening Rockets allows it so you could have Hummening Rockets instead of just the minigun that you get yourself. Next is the last one, which there's not too many. I know it's kind of a sad thing that there's not too many in this game. I wanted there to be like a dogs or something like that, something like futuristic, like robot dogs, something like that, but I don't know, they didn't add it. I mean, they could add so much more than they did, and I hope they're going to add some score streaks that we haven't seen yet in this game, but I don't know if they are because it doesn't look like they are. But this one's pretty cool. It is controllable weapon system on board Paladin Gunship. This thing looks tank. It's 1,000 score streak reward. It's a good amount of score you have to get, and you could add some pretty crazy attachments to it to make it like a 2,000 point thingy, but it's very, very useful. So laser guided rockets allows it so you could shoot laser rockets down, which is pretty cool. And the 150mm cannon adds a powerful 150mm cannon to the gun. And then Wingman plus 300 allows another player to join it. So those are all the score streaks within Advanced Warfare. I'm not sure if it's all of them. There might be some more that they didn't leak out and are still going to be a part of the game, which would be really good if it was like that, because I'm kind of pissed off there's not too many of them. Think about it, Black Ops 2, there was about 26 or so, and here there's only like 12 or 13 or something like that. So, you know, it's kind of a sad thing. You know, there was one thing called Nano Swarm that is in the campaign. It's like a bunch of these like robot swarms that go in a circle, kind of like the swarm from Black Ops 2, but it's not on the leaked list of score streaks, which is kind of sad. Hopefully it will be a score streak in the game. That'd be awesome to try to go for a Nano Swarm. I don't know if they're going to add it though, because I think these are all the leaked score streaks. Hopefully there's more. I'm just hoping there's more. And maybe they'll even have some DLC score streaks. They've never done that before, but they are having DLC weapons, so maybe they'll have some DLC score streaks in there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.